Good morning, ambitious business owners. How you all doing? This lovely sunny Tuesday morning. Hope you're all doing well. In response to a question from Julia, she was asking about influencers and whether she should use an influencer and how she goes about it. Now, I did a live not so long ago about what to consider if you're going to use one. But I'm just going to take it a step back as to whether you need to use an influencer and actually whether it's the right strategy for you. And let's first of all consider the alternative of you establishing yourself as an influencer. So using an influencer is like any other strategy. Hi, Katia, nice to see you. Like any other marketing strategy, you have to evaluate whether that strategy is right for both you as a business owner and your business. So is it affordable? Is it something that you can do and you've got the skills to do, or have you got to outsource it? And if you've got to outsource it, obviously there's a cost involved there. Can you get an ROI from it? Is it a measurable strategy? Is it something you've done before and you've measured it and you can repeat it? So there's lots of considerations when you're choosing a strategy. And opting to use an influencer is like any other strategy. You need to weigh up the pros and cons of it as to decide whether it's suitable for your business. So first of all, what is an influencer? Very briefly. So an influencer does what it says on the tin. It's somebody who can influence potential customers or clients to buy from you, whether you're a service or a product-based business, it doesn't matter. They can influence their decision. Now, why do they do that? Because a good influencer has loyal fans and followers who like their brand, like who they are. It would be a bit like Kate Middleton wearing a dress from Zara, and all of a sudden Zara sells out because she makes it look good. People like her, they follow her, and they want to look like her. They want her style. She's influenced those people. Now, influencers, when we're talking amongst small business owners, tend to have a large audience and then have some sway if they say, oh, I tried this product, or they're wearing such and such and other people want to do it. That's basically what an influencer can do. Now, when you're considering an influencer for your own business, you need to consider, well, what do you want from this influencer? Generally, people want it for sales. And again, you then got to weigh up, well, if I want them to make sales, can I measure that return? But the ultimate question for me when people consider influencers is, can that influencer sell my product or service better than I could myself? And actually, am I an influencer myself? I believe, this is my view, and some people may not agree, but I believe before you go looking for an external influencer, let's face it, it's probably a stranger, someone you don't know, before you go looking for an influencer, are you an influencer yourself? Can you sell yourself? Can you influence customers, potential clients, whatever it may be, online, offline? Can your staff, can you already sell? Because if you can't do it yourself, or you're not generating leads or making sales, then I'd suggest there's something needs fixing there first before you go expecting somebody else to be able to influence. It's really important that you build your own brand, whether that's your company brand or your personal brand, depending on what you do. Julia, in your case, it's your personal brand and your business brand as you're growing. And it's about creating something that you become known for and famous for and talked about in the same way that an influencer does. They become known for something, whether they become known for their style or for the places they visit or whatever type of influencer they are, they become known for that. And that's why people follow them. There's Kardashians and what they're famous for, and people who as I say, have a particular personality or speak on particular topics. They have influence and they become known for that. Excuse me. Oh dear. So I think it's important that you become an influencer yourself. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how you can build your own influence before you go looking elsewhere. Now, Julia, in your case, you are a local service provider. Therefore, any influencer you would potentially use needs to be local anyway, because if you use someone national or international, the chances of their audience being on the northern beaches close to where your service is very slim. So it's probably not a good option. But you start creating your own influence. And what do I mean by this? So I mean building a reputation for something. As I say, finding something you're known for. Now, you could be known for what you wear in some cases. It could be, Julia, in your case, Julia's a hairdresser, for those of you that don't know Julia, and she's recently opened her own bricks and mortar salon, and she's also mobile. Julia, you could be known for a particular type of cutting technique or wacky hairstyles or doing updos or wedding hair or a particular color range. You know, there's lots of things you can become known for, so that when people call out for a hairdresser, it's not just any old hairdresser. Oh, it's Julia because she does this, or there's this at her salon. You know, you've got lots of unique things about your salon. You know, you've got the cafe attached to you, which is an upside for some people. They might want to go and sit in the cafe afterwards or have a meeting or whatever. But finding something that sets you apart, that that you build a reputation around, and you start to build your own influence. And that has to then happen through every touch point in your marketing. So if it's a particular, let's just say it's a particular product range or color that you're expert in, blondes, let's say, then let's do that across your marketing and focus on what you're good at and build a reputation for being great with blondes. Lots of pictures, before and afters, feedback from blondes, filming people going blonde, like you've been filming yourself going from very dark and you're going to go through to ash blonde. That's fantastic. You can build influence there and influence people to use you for when they want to do the same. And you'll probably inspire some people to go from long hair to short hair, going from dark to blonde, as you are doing. That's a fantastic thing you're doing at the moment on social. I'm loving following it, and I'm quite sure other people are. So it's about doing that, and you can do that with your clients and get them involved. So rather than waiting till they've left the salon and they post you a testimonial, do something live in the salon, because it's showcasing your salon. It's coming live from your customers. So getting your customers to, you know, film what they think about the hair and, oh, yikes, guys, you know, it's all coming off, and build some excitement around it and some influence. You start to build influence. And it's about influencing a decision. So if someone's thinking about going from short hair to long hair, long hair to short hair, or dark to blonde, you could be the reason they do it, and they come to you because they've seen someone having it done and how great it looked and the success of it. And so they come to you, as opposed to a salon that they just, excuse me, randomly pick. So what I find is to discover how to influence and what you want to influence people on, and being your own influencer. Writing down your mission and values can help. What I did was I created a manifesto. So it's lots of different phrases and things that I stand for and that I want my customers and clients to know about me, and what I want them to feel and think when they connect with my brand. What I'll do is I've been sharing parts of my manifesto over the last few weeks in the group, but what I'll do is I'll share my full manifesto and let you download it so you can have a look what I mean, and you can create your own manifesto. In fact, we might do something around doing that. So that's a great way, and you can pin it on your wall in your notice board and remind yourself what they are when you're trying to influence. Think about what will get people talking about you. And that's what I was saying for you, Julia. These live videos are great rather than just static text testimonials. The testimonial itself is them seeing that transformation. You've got a very visual business. Make use of that. And it's about building authenticity and credibility. And again, Julia, that's great for you because they can see the salon, it's real, you're a real person behind it. You've not had some flash photography taken, it's not all been glammed up and staged, it's real, someone can get this on their doorstep locally. So as I say, start thinking about how you create your own influence before you go out to influencers, because as I say, that can be a very risky strategy. And I'm not going to go into the pros and cons of using an influencer, but I think it's really important that people understand how to influence themselves first. And as I say, build a reputation, find something that you become known for, and really push that to set yourself apart. And that goes for whether you're online, offline, in bricks and mortar, whether you're service-based, product-based, it really doesn't matter. Find something, because it gives people something to talk about, to share, to refer, to comment, and all that sort of thing. What else did I want to say? Yeah, and with influencers, you know, I really do feel that no one will have as much passion for your product or service as you and your staff and your loyal customers will have. And don't forget loyal customers as being influencers. You know, a referral is great because it's a referral from someone who's used you and experienced you, and you don't really have to sell. So your customers can become your influencers as well. And obviously that's free, and you know, you've not had to pay for it. Obviously you can incentivize your customers to influence. And in your case, Julia, it might be that you thank them next time they're in with a free coffee and cake, or a hair treatment, or something you know that they'd value as a little thank you, which is a lovely thing to do. And it could be, you know, it's that surprise and delight. And the other thing, rather than influencers, people want to hear from real people. They want to hear from your real customers who've used you, not an influencer who's just been given the product for free, or been paid to write a post about how great you are, because it's not very authentic, and it's gone as quickly as it's been posted. But if that influencer is someone who is your loyal customer, then of course they're an influencer, but you've not paid them. They're just a loyal customer who becomes an advocate and loves sharing what you do and telling other people. But as I say, treat them as an influencer, because that's what they are, and you could reward them and thank them. As I say, it doesn't have to be an expensive thank you. It could just be, in your case, Julia, a coffee, a cake, a treatment, an extra massage, whatever it might be. But surprise them with that. And as I say, using these real people can be so much more powerful and effective when it comes to sales and lead generation. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Using an influencer who isn't immersed in your business and your products or whatever is risky, because they could misinterpret your brand, and that can be dangerous. You know, if you have a particular brand and you very much value your customer service, or a particular style, or how you use a product, whatever it might be, and they don't quite reflect that in their post, then there becomes a disconnect between what these people seeing the influencer share and what they actually get from you. And that's obviously an issue, because they're thinking, well, the influencer had this great picture and it looked like this, but actually it doesn't look like this, or she said this about it and it doesn't. There is always that risk. And in your case, Julia, if you had used an influencer, what happens when that influencer goes and gets a hairdo from someone else? What if she doesn't continue to use you or wear that particular style? Does that suggest that you weren't good enough to go back to? Obviously, you know, it's just that you paid her to do that, or gave her a free haircut in exchange for comments to influence. But the audience don't know that. So they'll think, oh, no, she's now going to this place, so I'm going to go to this place. So that's where, certainly for local influencers, you just need a loyal customer, somebody who is going to use you and come back to you. They will be the better influencer, as opposed to the traditional paid influencer who does it as a job. So hopefully that's helped. I know I've focused a little bit on yours, Julia, which is fine, because you asked the question. if anybody's got a particular situation and they're not sure how to build their own influence for their own particular circumstances, I'm always happy to answer questions. Pop your comments below if you're watching this on the replay. And yeah, any questions as ever, I will love to answer them. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Speak to you soon. Bye.